Hi there, my loves. Welcome to this video that is designed to help you if you are hypermobile. I think so often we have hypermobility. We know we've got these issues, but we just don't know how to address them and give your body the support that it needs. So this video is going to target 3 specific muscle groups which will provide stability and support for the body. And the very first one that I want us to have a look at is the core muscles around our belly. There's a deeper layer there known as transverse abdominis, and it's much like a corset that you would wrap around your body. It cinches all of the organs in. So actually where you are sitting right now, I just want you to feel as if there's this inward squeeze happening. Now, I might just put a little side note to say that engaging it all day long, every day is not healthy. You want it to relax, you want it to activate intelligently when it's needed. But right now, I want you to tune into it because very often hypermobile people have stopped using it for so long, they don't know how to activate it anymore. So I'm going to teach you a really cool trick. Relax your tummy. Yeah, give me that little Buddha belly. Take your fingers and then go just on the inside of your hip bones and have a little feel around. And as you can see, my tummy is quite soft now. So I a little bit need the loo. I can feel I need a wee. So if I palpate just at the front, I can actually feel my bladder. However, if I engage my transverse abdominis, I can feel like a wall of energy underneath my fingertips. Now this wall of energy tells me that my transverse abdominis is turning on. And what you can do now is, as you provide that little bit of palpation, you won't be able to feel your bladder anymore or your gut or any of the organs because your transverse abdominis is supporting the organs. So keep that activation. I'm going to turn. What we're going to do is we're going to have a think about a yoga pose that we see all the time, which is known as Navasana. Now, again, if you've got hypermobility, that deep core layer, maybe it's not working as efficiently as it once did or ever did. And so we come into yoga and we start doing boat pose and all these core exercises, but we allow our tummy muscles to bunch up in the center. I want us to see if we can keep that activation. So keep your hands on your hips, slide them just to the inside of your hip bones and have a little rummage around until you're like, yep, perfect, I've got it. And when you feel that activation under your fingertips, perhaps notice if both right and left are equal, and then think of flattening your tummy down. Now tilt back until your feet are lifting so you can feel you're loading through those core muscles. And very simple, okay? We're just gonna lift one leg and bring it down and up and down. And all my yogis right now are like, this feels like Pilates. So for my non-Pilates fan people, I have to say, one of the great things about that practice is it teaches you about these deep core layers. I'm not a Pilates teacher, as you know, but there are definitely a lot of amazing things that we can draw from that beautiful practice. So can you feel that using your hands is giving you more awareness, and maybe sometimes that muscle drops off and you're like, no, turn on. So let's do just a couple more, okay? I can always feel my right side is weaker, so I've really got to give it a little, almost like a little scratch to wake that muscle up. And then bring your feet back down. Okay. Now that's all well and good, but very often when I teach people about TVA, they squeeze in so hard that they don't let their diaphragm and their intercostals give them breath. These are your 2 primary breathing muscles. So let's actually tune into this activation, but with the breathing. So come onto your back, knees are bent and the feet are flat. Hands again sliding just to the inside of your hip bones. Check TVA is first soft so you know that you can relax it. Very important. Then what you want you to do is just shift a little bit until you have a natural S-curve with your spine. So you've got a little bit of what we call lumbar lordosis. You can see my hand here. And the front ribs, instead of them flaring, are just lightly tucking in. You've got that awareness on both sections of the spine. When you're ready, then feel as if that wall of energy from transverse abdominis is turning on. And be like, okay, I can't feel my organs anymore. If you have a weaker side like I do, use the hand on that side to really give that sensory feedback. Maybe a little scratch of the muscle or maybe a little poke. And then when you're like, okay, I think that muscle is working as hard as the other side. See if you can give me a 360 breath. A big inhale. Your belly and your chest expands. And still with that activation, we exhale. And again, you're going to do a big breath in and breathe out. Now keep your breathing flowing. Press down through the heels as you tuck your tailbone. Really stay connected with that muscle. Don't let it turn off. Press through the heels. Peel your back off of the floor bone by bone. If you need a little bit of extra sensory awareness around your glutes, poke them again with your fingertips, maybe around your hamstrings. And then tops of the thighs are pressing away from the hip bones as your fingertips return to TVA to check both sides are working equally. Once you're happy, we hold it here and we maybe squeeze a little tighter into our glutes. Keep the TVA super strong. We're going to start returning bone by bone now, coming down extra slowly. Now, a little challenge for you guys. Slide your feet away, maybe a couple of foot distances. Curl the chin off the chest. Double check that your tummy muscles are flattening and not bunching. Maybe reach the arms forward if you need that extra support. Peel your back off the floor bone by bone. Arrive again in your Navasana. If you need to check, use your hands. Lift in through your legs. Maybe extend one leg and be like, feeling good. Extend the other leg. Check that weaker side is firing or both sides are perhaps needing that awareness. Tuck your tailbone again and very slowly feel both sides of the body are engaged to help you come down. And if you're not sure, again, you're using your hands to bring you down. Glide the heels back a little bit so they're underneath your knees. Press through the heels. Tuck your tailbone. Keep TVA active. Start to peel up bone by bone. And we're starting to feel that little bit of breath floating the whole time. You're not letting your breath get stuck ever. Exhale and then slowly start to descend. And just, you know what, guys? Keep your breathing doing whatever it's doing. Slide the feet away if needed. Curl the chin into the chest. Reach the hands if needed. Then slowly come up. Tip into your Navasana. Think about the activation. Extend both of your legs. Can you do a big breath here using your diaphragm? And your intercostals, keeping TVA on. Big challenge. Lower the feet down. And we start to descend. Now, I'm not going to do many more reps of these. Woohoo! However, if you do enjoy this and you want to add them into your own personal practice, go for it. Let's come out of this now. Hug your knees. Rock up into sitting. We're going to shift into shoulders, and the main muscle we're going to focus on there is known as serratus anterior. It also works in conjunction with your TVA if your body's in a good position. So if you're not sure if you're in the right position or not, have a look at my shape, grab your phone or a mirror, and double check what you notice about yourself after you look back at that video or your reflection. Spin onto your forearm plank and place your hands and your elbows down on the ground. And first of all, I want us to give me sloppy hammock yoga, you know, where your body is just like dripping down to the ground. I know this feels good. It feels good in my body too, but it's not good for us. We have to activate. So what I want you to do is knit your front ribs in and imagine you're pushing down with your forearms. So already we're starting to activate the right architecture around the joints. Now feel as if your breastbone, the front of your chest, is pressing into your spine. And then step the feet back until you've created a long line from your head to your heels. Again, as soon as you do this, the body might go soggy, so you've got to put that intention into your body of lifting away from the floor. And then I want you to feel as if you're wiggling your feet backwards until the shoulders are behind your elbows. And we're going to hold this. 3, 2, and 1. Lower the knees lightly or collapse in a heap, whichever one happens is fine. Big breath in. Let it all go. Okay, we're gonna do 3 of these, okay? Remember, you can do as little or as many as you choose. It's completely up to you. Let's get set up first. Lift your butt up. Show me sloppy yoga. Feel how good it feels, and then think, no, this is like eating too much sugar. It feels good in the moment, but long term we know that we have to do the opposite to get us where we wanna be in the future. So we're pushing down through the forearms, we're protracting through the shoulders. That means they're wrapping around the front of the ribs. Pull your front ribs in towards each other, and as you extend the legs back, you're on the balls of the feet. And there's this energy in your body that's so powerful. Now to make this a little more intense on serratus anterior, your shoulder stabilizer, let your feet wiggle back and then hold it here for 5, shoulders behind elbows, 4, 3, 2, and we melt down to the ground. One more time. You can do it. Let's go for it. Forearms are on the ground. One moment of sugar. Press. Let's get that broccoli in us. Contract the muscles to feel the stability that they're going to offer you. Step the feet back, long line. You've checked your form before. You know what good form feels like versus bad form. Wiggle the feet back again. You're in that forearm plank that is kind of low. And we are holding it again for 3, for 2. And ta-da! Last one. We are now going to look at the hips and we are going to target one of your stability muscles known as gluteus medius. It's crucial because it gives your hip stability when you're walking, and a lot of bad knees and a lot of bad backs are because glute med is weak. So while I've been talking, I've shuffled into this 90-90 shape, and it's quite precise. Your femur on the front leg, let's do left leg forward first, is coming straight out. There's a 90 degree on the knee and a 90 degree on the ankle. And the exact opposite's happening on this side, straight out to the side. You've got the knee, the foot goes back until you get 90 on the knee, and then 90 on the ankle. Now, if you're weak or super hypermobile like me, can you see how I'm kind of compensating for this heavy leg to my right? Take your right hand, knit your left ribs all the way back as if you were sitting cross-legged facing this video, and feel that you're actually stacking through your body to create this long architecture through the body. You can use your fingertips if you're feeling weak and you need a bit more support. The weakness might be day to day because of what's going on in life. However, if you're building up to strength, use your hands as much as you want. It's good. Palms together in prayer at the heart center. Your hands like your spirit level to check that you're not drifting. That's the harder version, palms together. And keeping the knee on the ground on the right foot, lift the right foot up. Now, sometimes again, we compensate. I want you to keep the body exactly where it was and just lift that foot up. Feel the muscle at the top of your butt, the top of your peach, firing up. And hold it there and then lower the foot down. Lift it up for number 2. How much more can you lift that foot to really activate through that muscle? And down. Right knee stays on the ground while you're lifting right foot up. This is your 3rd one. Check what's going on in the middle of your body. Lowering it down. Number 4, bring it up. And pop it down. Guess what? Number 5 is our last one. Woohoo! You can maybe celebrate at the end of this one. 3, 2, 1, and down. Now, very often people need to give their butt a little bit of loving after that. So if you want to massage your butt inappropriately, right now is your best chance. Fingers crossed you're doing this at home. Don't worry if you're not. Give your butt some loving, and then when you're like, okay, I think that's cool, we're going to do one more tiny little one. Stack yourself. Fingertips are more than allowed. You can bring your hands together if you're feeling ultra badass. No compensation. We're going to lift the whole right leg up now, knee and foot, and we're going to pause. I need hands for sure. Hold it there. 5, 4, 3, oh yeah, 2, and 1. Good news, only one of those. You can build up many more if you choose to, but let's switch now to the other side. Get your 90. Check the ankle and the knee. Ankle and foot. Ankle and knee, rather. Cool. So, this side might feel very different to the first side. I know mine certainly does. My body, with its hypermobility, is spiraling out of control, so I had to really rein it back into where I want it. So feel how things are different here first and acknowledge those differences, and then become aware of how you can tweak things when you move in your practice. Fingertips or palms, we're going to internally rotate now on the left leg, lifting only the foot up for 1, and down. 2. Hold it there for a second. Check it's not the front portion, but it's more in the back portion that's activating, and down. Check that the ribs are in a nice strong place. 3, and down. And check you haven't compensated in any way. 4, and down. And then the last one is 5. Hold, 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 and down. Again, fingertips more than allowed. We're going to lift the whole left leg up in the air for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Side note, very often the muscle at the front, it's known as tensor fascia lata. It'll do all the work if your glute med is weak. You might have felt it cramping up, and right now while you're giving yourself some yoga lovin' on your butt, you might be like, ooh, I really felt the front. So try your best when you're doing these kind of exercises to really shift around to the back portion of your bum, and feel free if you need to compensate in the beginning just to understand what that muscle contraction feels like, and then you can edge back week by week and try and do it taller, okay? So you've got a bit of homework there for you. Thank you so much, first of all, for signing on to get these freebies. We're so grateful you decided to join us for them. We've got so many more amazing things that we want to bring your way. But for now, good luck with these. We love you guys, and we can't wait to see you on many more other Instagram posts or videos. Do tag us because we love to see your progress.